Okay. Um, After we know the what it is, object diagram. Okay, we need to know what's the difference between object diagram and class diagram. So a class is a structure, it's constructor plan for a set of similar objects that appears in the system to be specified. Okay, it's a very long definition, but if you understand the class diagram is the structure, is outline for the entire system, it should be easy to understand, especially if you translate, okay, from the code to the diagram. Okay, as I know, many students they have some that most habit is okay. I think about something, I directly write in code. You didn't like design your code, your structure of system before you code, before coding, right? So now look at this example. Okay, in this example, basically the left side, okay, is class diagram. Right side is the code, basically the match to the class diagram. Okay, so this is a common problem. Many students or new grad, they didn't think a big picture or vision of your system before you code. Okay, so for example, I ask you guys to create a class for students. I say, okay, students have to have the ID, the student's name, the address, the student's ID, something. Okay, you will very easily to type those code instead of drawing a class diagram. Okay, this is a big problem. We always said design phase is most important part. Okay, because this help you to avoid some mistakes you may have in the future work, right? Because we don't want to waste our time, the money to do something, you know, which is not easy to maintain, which is not easy to reuse. That's the reason we need to create something to help us to understand the big picture, the construction plan, okay, for the future. Okay. So first we take a look at this the same example. Okay. So the class diagram is very similar to object. In the first line, okay, we call this class. What's the class name? Okay, so class name is course. Class name is course. Okay, so second part is attribute. Okay, you can say the instance variables or global variables in your class diagram. Okay, so the first is attribute. You can see the you got attributes name. Okay, name, semester, hours. Okay, after that you define the data type for your app attributes. Okay, so the string, the semester type, the float. Okay, that's matched to your code, which is a return type a string, right? Semester type float. The third part is operation or approach or a method. You would say those three different names in different textbooks. Okay, but you should understand those things is the method. Okay, you gonna program in your code. Okay, so first is always the method name. Okay, get credit, get lecturer, get GPA. Okay, the next part always be return type. Okay, it's get credit will return int, get a lecture, return the data type lecture, get GPA is a float, right? That is matched to your method, the encoding, right? So if you understand this, it should be easy to help you understand different parts of an idea. Okay, so for example, the attributes is store information which can be used in our instance variables. Okay, and the operations specify how specific behavior can be triggered on the instance. Okay, so those things very important keyword is all instant. Instant. What that mean? If you want to create an object, okay, the object diagram, for example, those attributes, those operations have to match and can be used in those objects. Okay, for example, you create a people, instance of a people, for example, John Doe. Okay, so but you cannot create a furniture, for example, chair object using the people class, right? Because material is different, probably has cells, right? But for people, we don't have the material attributes. We don't have the cell, the price, right? So those instances is not good. Those attributes is not good the for their our instant. Okay, you probably need to make up or think about some new attributes for that class, right? So